Hello everyone, I'm Mary and you're watching Rocky Mountain Gardens. And if you're new here, I'd like to introduce myself. I am a gardener and a homemaker, and I just love these hobbies, and I also would really enjoy sharing with you crafts and fun home tips to bring back old-fashioned hospitality. So today I'm going to take you on a little trip with my daughter and I, who recently went to a vintage Christmas market here in Colorado. And it was so much fun, and I just took some videos to show you how lovely it was. In case you have an opportunity to go to one of these vintage markets that are popping up around the country, well, here's what you might see. Wasn't that just a feast for the eyes, that first photo? Well, this booth was one of the first that we saw at the Christmas Vintage Market. And look at all of these little trinkets and Christmas goodness that are on display. Now, the ladies who run this particular little company, they really focus on vintage collectibles. And one of the things they had there that is very hard to find, I understand now, are ornaments made by a company called Shiny Bright. And they began manufacturing back during World War II. And so many of the ornaments you see here on display are Shiny Bright ornaments. And they actually had some of the original containers and whole sets of these ornaments, which was really thrilling for me because I do have a small number of them that I got from my aunts before they passed away. And look at all of these vintage Santas and reindeer and the little cups, the Santa cups. They were just darling. And oh my, look at that Santa. And look at this vintage little cloth. I wish I had bought it actually, looking back now. But this booth was just filled with so much. I just had to take many video minutes of this array of darling ornaments, and just I hope you enjoy seeing all of this because I know many of you are collectors and would enjoy seeing this as I did. So much to see. Now, as we leave this booth, the market was just filled with so many lovely things. It was hard not to spend a lot of money that day. You'll see as we come along here, my daughter is there shopping for some candle rings. She found something she liked and brought it over to me. And look at these giant jingle bells. They were so cute. And these rustic angels. It was a feast for the eyes, like I think I already said, but oh my, it was so lovely. And then you can see my daughter here continuing to shop and looking for a few things for her home. And over here, you can see other shoppers, and there's Hannah saying hi. I wanted to point out on this little display the radio flyer base for the wagon that they used as a tray. Isn't that a clever idea? And who can forget if you had a grandma who crocheted these little pot holders that they used to make way back, maybe I think in the 50s and 60s. We certainly had some around our house from my aunts and my grandma. And oh my, look at that scale, that vintage scale, and these darling hand towels for the kitchen. Now this booth I really enjoyed. The couple who had this display do ironwork, and they take old pieces and create something new with them. Aren't they lovely? They had so much to choose from, and they were from out in Peyton, Colorado. Now, my favorite booth was this Messy Me Aprons booth, which was set up by a couple who are from Texas. And this is me trying on an apron. I really had a hard time choosing one. I knew I was going to buy one for certain. And here is the lady who does all of the sewing. She makes them herself and designs them herself. And then in this next little clip, you'll see me. I believe that's the one that I purchased. Isn't it darling? Now, moving on, you can see in this display a little vintage tricycle, and look at these darling prints for Christmas. They were so cute. If you're a vintage lover like me, you would have had a hard time not spending a bundle of money this day. And it was really a wonderful market, I must say. We enjoyed our time there so much. Now, as we moved along, this close-up of a little red truck and the Santa in a sleigh. Note that sleigh because my daughter pointed it out to me. And she was very interested in it because the year before we saw a sleigh that she would have liked to have purchased, but oh my, it was so expensive. I talked her out of it. At the time, it was too much, but she was so sad she missed out on buying it. So this year, here's another sleigh that we saw that she was interested in. And another cute little Santa with just a lovely display with those darling little Santa's elves there. Aren't they cute? Those little faces. And this was just such an enjoyable day. In this next video clip that is going to be coming up, you'll see my daughter standing near the entry of the market, and there she is with the apron that she purchased as well. We just couldn't get over those and how beautiful they were. And looky there, there's that sleigh, and she took the plunge and purchased one this year. Lastly is her White Christmas print from the movie. And that movie really is one of our all-time favorites for Christmas time. So she has it hanging in her house now. And she was so proud of her apron. And there she goes, hauling that sleigh out of the market. We had a lot of compliments about that sleigh as we left. Well, what did you think of the vintage market? Did you enjoy the video? Comment down below and tell me what your ideas are about vintage markets and if you've attended one in your area. My daughter and I are planning to go to the next one that they're having here in Colorado, which will be in the spring. I'll share that one with you as well. And please subscribe by hitting the red subscribe button if you enjoy joining me for some more fun ideas and inspiration for your home. And lastly, guys, I just wish to thank you all so much for stopping by my channel, and I really wish you all a very joyful Christmas this year with your family and your friends. Get out there and do some celebrating.